We are tracking a chance for more severe weather as we get into Thursday, with damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes potentially on the table. Let's jump right into it. So before we start talking about some of the severe weather that we got, let's talk about the recap of yesterday's tornado outbreak. You can see that we had quite a lot of severe weather yesterday. We had a lot of tornado warnings. We had quite a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings out there. And we had quite a lot of tornadoes out there. And one of the tornadoes occurred over here in parts of Illinois. See, if we zoom in south of Bloomington, Illinois, might have had a tornado down there. Might have. And I think confirmed it says, but it's y'all track. But yeah, we had some pretty big storms in parts of Illinois, and some of the places that already got hit by severe weather, got hit by some more. We had some tornadoes down here in parts of southern Wisconsin. You can see, look at all those reports right there, and and just some flash floods too around Milwaukee and stuff, and then. Yeah, might have a tornado damage area back here from 9 hours ago. That's kind of just a recap of what happened yesterday with that severe weather and everything. So it was pretty crazy. So, yeah, and before we get to the severe weather on Thursday, we first got to finish up the severe weather that's going to be a potential today. So you can see here that we could be dealing with severe weather today in parts of Texas and then in parts of the Ohio Valley. So the storms are kind of just moving through this region in Texas kind of right now. So Waco, Austin, be aware for that. By the time you're watching this, the storms might be out of there already. But as we move up into the Ohio Valley, we have a chance for severe weather over here from Knoxville, Tennessee, all the way up to Buffalo, New York. We do have potential for severe weather today. We're gonna have a line of storms that's kind of just gonna move through some of those areas, and kind of redevelop, you could say, and kind of just come back and cause some severe weather out there. And it'll kind of be a line of storms. And we got this level 2 out of 5 slight risk though over here in the middle that we're watching, Charleston up to Morgantown to Pittsburgh and Buffalo. You guys are inside that level 2 out of 5 slight risk, so be aware for that. Cannot rule out an isolated tornado war too. It's not a big concern. I don't think we're going to be seeing any type of tornado stuff today. But we do got this 2% tornado risk, so if you're inside this, maybe an isolated tornado too would be a potential. That does include Pittsburgh up to Erie, Pennsylvania, down to Athens and Canton and Akron, Ohio. So I'd just be staying aware for that. Damaging winds, though, will be the main concern with the line of storms that push through some of those areas. And hail will also be a concern inside of that area. But the slight risk affects Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, New York, Akron, Ohio, Erie, Pennsylvania, Canton, Ohio. The marginal affects San Antonio, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Columbus, Ohio, Austin, Texas, and Fort Worth, Texas. You can see that we're just going to have some of this rain out here. And then you can see, watch it start trying to come together again right here. You can see that some of the storms will just really start coming together, especially around 1 p.m. Eastern. As you can see right here, they'll start coming together, and then they'll kind of just push this way into the slight risk where the main concern is. You can see that we can't roll out an isolated tornado or two up in the slight risk right there. It will probably get through Columbus probably around 1 or 2 p.m. Probably 1, and then as it moves into Pittsburgh, probably around 5 p.m. And it's going to kind of just push through that area and then kind of just weaken out. And then if we switch over to Cape, this is just basically storm field. Just think about it as storm field. It stands for convective available potential energy. See that we're going to have some Cape out there, as you can see right there. So cannot roll an isolated tornado or two out there today, so just be aware for that. But mainly just damaging winds will be the main concern with this. So now we're going to have a big break of severe weather after today's severe weather potential. So it's not going to be that big of a break, but we're going to have some more severe weather as we get into Thursday. So yeah, it's a pretty brief break, but as we get into Thursday, we could be dealing with some more severe weather. Let's talk about why we're having this big break of severe weathers. We're going to have some of this more cold air come in. This cold Arctic air will move through after that storm system passes through. So you see all this warm air, it's probably going to be pretty warm out today until some of that cold air starts to push through. Right there, all of that cold air will come through right there, and then it will be pretty decently cold out there for a while, especially in the eastern half of the United States. But as we get to the next severe weather potential, you can see you might have some of that warm air try to come back right there. So the cold air is kind of just gonna, that cool air, we're not gonna have that much severe weather. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center has a 15% any severe risk probability expanding from Oklahoma City up to Manhattan, Kansas, where we could be dealing with severe weather on Thursday. So, this is something to be watching very closely here. I do think that some damaging winds, hail, and maybe some tornadoes are definitely going to be a potential with this. But there is some uncertainty with this, and we can't confirm anything with this. So yeah, the area is definitely going to shift. So the area of where the severe weather is going to happen is definitely probably going to shift. So just be aware for that. Let's take a look at what this could look like here. You can see there's the storm system that will come out of into that area, and you can see some of those storms that might pop up out there and everything like that. So let's check out storm fuel. Let's check out the Cape again, and let's see how much we could have out there. Yeah, we're gonna have some potentials for severe weather out there on Thursday. And you can see here's some of that Cape convective available potential air geo. Yeah, we're going to have some storm fuel out there, which I don't think we're going to see that much tornadoes as of right now. It's definitely something that we got to be watching, though. But right now, we just got 2,000, we got around 2,000 joules per kilogram out there. So, yeah, that's what's going on. So, just make sure you're staying aware for that if you're out here. So, yeah, it's pretty much what's going on with all the severe weather that we're expecting that's coming up and everything. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. That's pretty much all I got for you in today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I know this is more of a shorter type of video, but thank you guys for watching, and make sure to stay weather aware, and I'll see you in the next weather update video. Have a wonderful day, and bye.